That Nintendo Direct that we got this morning was awesome. The greatest one so far. We got Balloon Tower Defense. We got Clear Obscure Expedition Throw. Wait, what? What's that? Oh, that didn't oh, it must be my imagination playing tricks on me. The situation with Nintendo and Nintendo Directs is definitely kind of scary or kind of strange, if you know what I mean. Recently, we've been getting a lot of different Nintendo Directs. Now, when I say a lot of different Nintendo Directs, they're definitely not the main one that everyone has been asking for, but more small, niche Directs. Like the Indie World presentation that we got this morning, a Treehouse Live, a Tomodachi Life Direct, Super Mario Galaxy Direct, a partner showcase, and so much more. It really begs the question, what in the world is Nintendo doing with all these Directs? Are they clearing a path forward for the main general Direct, or are they taking a few steps back to release a couple things first, and because they don't really have much for us? In this video, we're going to be talking everything Nintendo Directs, random things happening, and Nintendo Balloon Tower Defense? What's going on here? Let's get straight into it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and complain about the upcoming non-existing Nintendo Direct so far. But you really got to ask yourself the question, is Nintendo going to release an actual Nintendo Direct? A general Direct that will bring us 3D Mario, that will bring us a whole bunch of things. I do believe that is coming, but first we got to take a note on all of these Nintendo Directs. Now you can say, ever since the Nintendo Switch 2, we've been getting a lot more Nintendo Directs. Now that is definitely true, we've been getting so much Nintendo Directs. We had the Mario Kart World Direct, we had Kirby Air Riders that had like 3 Directs, we have the Mario Galaxy movie getting Directs, and we've been getting a lot more sort of showcase on the upcoming games, which I honestly think is really great when you really come to think about it. The more niche games, or you don't really know what's new and trailers don't justify it, well obviously a 10-20 minute Direct is going to do really well for the game sales, especially Tomodachi Life in my opinion. I had no idea what in the world this game is about, and to be honest, after 22 minutes I still have no idea what this game is about. But at least for those of you who wanted to play Tomodachi Life, there you go, you were able to play Tomodachi Life, have fun. Mario Kart World got a Direct, and although that Direct definitely was very strange, it definitely had a lot in terms of Direct, but also not a lot at the same time, but overall, I found it to be definitely really interesting. But now, when we really come to think about it, Nintendo Direct. Everybody wants one. I tell you, everyone on the internet, there's probably at least a new Nintendo Direct video every single day on the internet. Maybe every single hour. When are we seeing this Direct? Clearly, Nintendo fans are really excited about the future of Nintendo. Because right now, I completely agree. There's not much to be excited about except for Pokemon Pokopia. I mean, if you're into Tomodachi Life, that's a game. We also have the Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition, that's also a game. But the point is, for the major broad audience, there's really nothing to be excited about if you're excited for 3D Mario, which I do think is coming later in the year. Well then, maybe you're going to be waiting until the end of March. Maybe you're going to be waiting Mario Day. This could definitely happen in Mario Day. It does make sense. It does make sense. Yesterday I made a whole video about that. If you want to, go ahead and check that one out because it definitely does go over what we could definitely see and how the Nintendo Direct formula is kind of shifting. But right now, this is more like a more edge video, if you know what I mean. So the Nintendo Direct formula, we're probably going to be seeing 2 to 3 Nintendo Directs a month. Now, this is definitely something that seems to be going on because, like I said at the start of the video, we had a Tomodachi Life, we had Super Mario Galaxy Direct, we had a partner showcase, we had a whole bunch of different Nintendo Directs, but they weren't necessarily the one that everyone wants, the General Direct. Now, I think the General Direct is probably going to slow down in sort of things because Nintendo has clearly shown that, hey, you know what? We're going to release all of these different trailers and indies and partner showcase and things to share off of third-party games because we don't technically have anything to share with you, which honestly does make sense. But then when the time comes, when we do get ourselves a general Nintendo Direct, You best believe it. You best believe it. It's going to be a good Nintendo Direct. It's going to be a good one because if you consider the Nintendo Switch 2, the unveiling of the Switch 2 being a good Direct, which personally I think that that could have been one of the greatest Directs. There was so many things that were announced in that time period, which I was like, wow, that's a lot of games. That's definitely really exciting. So I believe that this is now going to be the formula on how Nintendo Directs are going to take place. So you're going to have all these other presentations. You're going to have these indie worlds that are going to show just indie games. Then you're going to see these partner showcases that are going to show partner showcase games. Then you're going to have the major Nintendo Direct, probably like in March. This time around in March, we're going to be seeing some sort of major Nintendo Direct. Or maybe they're going to skip out and do another presentation of some random game. But the point is, when we get ourselves the General Direct, you can probably assume, you can safely assume that this is going to be one of the biggest Direct that we've seen ever, because it seems like that is what Nintendo is doing. That's exactly what Nintendo is doing for these Directs, which I think, honestly, it definitely sucks. It sucks in some ways. I think if you really look at it, for like those of you or me or whatever that are really excited on the new games releasing, wow, woohoo, fist up in the air, we're gonna be getting ourselves a 3D Mario, woo! Or we're gonna be getting the Legend of Zelda. Oh my goodness, there are so many things to be excited for. Right now, that's not the case, but when it comes to the General Direct, there's going to be a stacked lineup that's going to be like, okay, this is going to be coming, this is going to be coming, this is going to be coming. So it pretty much lines up what we're going to be seeing for the year, and then they're going to pretty much rinse and repeat. Like we got last year, about in September, we got a Nintendo Direct, and it pretty much lined up until about March of this year, which is pretty great. Right now, we're running a little bit dry in content, so then they're gonna catch us all back up with the Nintendo Direct, the General Direct, and there you go. It's gonna be a rinse and repeat formula when there is sort of a game that is more like a niche game that you're not so sure what in the world is going on with this game. Well, then we're obviously going to be seeing a Direct, but a Direct directly for that game. But then when it comes to the bigger titles, you probably can safely assume that there's not going to be a Direct. It's pretty much just going to be like, well, look, brand new 3D Mario. If you want to, there's a trailer. Look at that trailer. You like it, you don't like it, okay, pick it up. Pick it up, please. It's going to be $80. Make sure to pick it up. But overall, the point is, it's just pretty much how Nintendo Directs are shaping up to be right now. So next time you see a partner showcase, I'm gonna be trying my best to not take it out of proportion. If it's something like a third-party Direct, partner showcase, anything but a General Direct, I'm just gonna safely assume that we're just going to be seeing some more smaller games if you know what I mean. But then when we finally see that announcement, okay, there's going to be a Nintendo Direct, whatever, March 10th, best case scenario right here. Okay, so then you can safely assume, oh, all right, we're going to be seeing a 3D Mario, makes sense. We're going to be seeing something to do with maybe The Legend of Zelda. We might also see the Dust Bloods and Elden Ring, whatever happened to that game, and maybe like the bigger games, the games that make the Direct really, really exciting, really, really interesting, and that is definitely really great for Nintendo fans, content creators, and pretty much everyone on the internet. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that this is Nintendo's brand new plan for Nintendo Directs? Or do you think it's crazy? It's all crazy out of proportion. All these Directs are incoming and wildfires and everything associated to that. I don't know. It definitely is very, very interesting in my opinion. But of course, this could change. Maybe this is just Nintendo of 2026. Not quite sure where the heck they're placing their Switch 2. Are they focusing this or focusing more on movies, or what's going on here? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed. Hope that you consider to hear me out here. And anyways, we're did you know that we're really close to 3,000 subscribers? Hit the subscribe button. Like, you could be the 3,000 subscriber. Let's do it. Come on. Thank you so much for the support. See you in the next one. Have a great day. Yeah, have a great day.